Love smarter, not harder. Today's question. Hi, Dr. Karen. This question may seem stupid, but I've been dating a guy for 3 years and I've never met his kids, nor have I ever been invited to his home, not even once. Whenever I bring it up, he says he doesn't want his kids to get close to someone who may not be here forever. I've confessed my love to this guy. I have a son as well, and I've introduced him to my son from day one. He's met my parents as well. He's even met my ex-husband, if you can believe that. I've always been very open with him, but he has not been open with me, obviously. What should I do? So I have a lot of thoughts about this because on the one hand, I really respect him for trying to keep his family life and his personal life private, or separate rather. And what I mean by that is that, the kids in these situations have gone through a lot. When relationships break up and marriages and divorce and all of this, the kids are shuffled back and forth. The kids lose stability. They lose the comfort of the foundation, security of an intact family. And the psych research shows that that's best for kids. Kids need stability. So I respect him for saying, you know what? I don't want my kids to meet someone who may not be a permanent fixture in my life. So I honor that. At the same time, he's been willing to meet your kid. So it's like he protects his kid, but he's not worried about meeting your kid and bonding with your kid and then potentially not being part of your kid's life for forever. So I don't like that it's not the same. I feel like if he meant that to be a standard for his family, it should have been the same for you and your kid. And when you offered, hey, do you want to meet my kid? He should have said, I don't think that's the best plan because we need to keep our adult relationships separate from our kids and the relationships that they would form because we don't know if we're going to be forever yet. See, I would have respected that. I don't like that he's playing it differently with his family as yours. You mentioned that you've confessed your love for this guy. I'm curious, has he said he loves you? When we're talking about this sort of thing, I really want to refer you to my interview with Dr. Dwana Welch, the psychologist who's the author of Love Factually. There's many books there in her series of Love Factually books, and they're just like they sound. They're how to love smarter, not harder, based on the psych research. They're invaluable. I'm recommending them all the time. You've probably heard me talk about them already. Please listen to that podcast episode. It's episode 92. And the issue here is that when we are presenting ourselves on the dating scene as high status, we need to be pursued. So we let the man ask us to be exclusive, and we let him tell us first that he loves us. And that's hard to do because we've been taught, hey, empowered women, we don't play games. But empowered women also recognize that men and women approach the dating landscape differently. And we empower ourselves with this knowledge of the science. And Dr. Dwana Welch's research is steeped in the science, and she presents the studies. And it really helps us empower ourselves to let men pursue us because that keeps our status as high and it keeps the power balance in check. And I can talk about power in another Love Smarter, Not Harder, IGTV, but power is always at work in relationships. From the first date to the end of the marriage, it's always a reality. We don't like to talk about power. It's not romantic, but it's always there. So I'm concerned that maybe you have lost some power if you've confessed that you love him, but he has not reciprocated. You have been an open book for him. He has been very much a closed book. That concerns me for you. It concerns me that he is not taking this as seriously as you are. I'm not saying, like I said, I agree with his desire to protect his kids, but we're at the point after 3 years, where is this thing going? And if he's not been started to introduce you to his children, I'm thinking he's not thinking this is a long-term situation, and you are, and I'm worried that you're going to get hurt. And I'm also worried because with him being so private, he could have an entirely separate life. And I know that I don't want to even think that that's going on. But we know that some people have had multiple wives. This stuff happens. So I'm a little concerned that you are so open with your life and he is so closed. So I would want to get some answers. And one of the things I would recommend is to start pulling back. And if he has a problem with it, like, what, you've always been so open with your family, just be like, it's just that we're approaching this relationship and how it relates to our families differently. And I don't think that's wise for us to continue that way. And you can just say, I need to start protecting my heart, because we don't really have any, and nothing's been established as to where this is going. And I need to protect my heart, and I need to protect my family's heart, and I certainly need to protect my son's heart. So I'm sure you'll understand. Leave it with "I'm sure you'll understand." I stole that from Dr. Jamie Zuckerman in my episode about boundaries, my conversation with her on the podcast. So check that one out too. I think that'll be very helpful. When you leave it with "I'm sure you'll understand," it helps them go, well, yeah, I guess I should understand that she needs to protect her heart. She's been given no guarantees. There's no ring. I don't even know, you don't say whether you're or not you're exclusive. So you really need to start protecting yourself, and you certainly need to start protecting your boy. I hope that's helpful.